In the quiet hours of August 15th, 1977, a powerful radio signal burst from the depths of space and was captured by the Big Ear Radio Telescope at Ohio State University. It lasted exactly 72 seconds. It came from a region near the constellation Sagittarius. And it was so strong, so unusual, so unlike any natural cosmic noise, that the scientist who found it circled the data printout in red ink and wrote a single word beside it. Wow. That moment, quiet, unassuming, buried in lines of numbers, would go on to become one of the most compelling mysteries in the history of astronomy. The WOW signal remains the closest humanity has ever come to detecting a possible message from an intelligent civilization beyond Earth. And yet, despite decades of searching, it has never been heard again. The signal was detected not by a high-profile NASA mission, but by a modest, homemade-looking radio telescope affectionately known as Big Ear. Built in 1963, it was one of the earliest instruments dedicated to the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI. Unlike modern telescopes that can swivel and track objects, Big Ear was fixed in place, using the Earth's rotation to scan the sky. It listened continuously, recording data on long strips of paper printouts filled with letters and numbers representing radio frequencies. Most of it was noise, interference from Earth, cosmic background radiation, satellite signals. But on that August morning, something extraordinary appeared. Dr. Jerry Ehman, a volunteer astronomer working with the SETI project, was reviewing the printout from the previous night's observations. He was not looking for anything in particular, just routine analysis. Then, his eyes locked on a sequence of characters, 6EQUJ5. It stood out like a scream in a silent room. This wasn't random static. It was a narrowband signal, a focused transmission at a very specific frequency. It lasted precisely 72 seconds, matching the exact window that Big Ear could observe any single point in the sky as the Earth turned. The intensity rose and fell exactly as expected for a distant, fixed source. Everything about it screamed artificial origin. The frequency was 1420 MHz, the hydrogen line. This is a critical detail. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, and its natural radio emission occurs at this frequency. For decades, scientists had theorized that any advanced civilization trying to communicate across interstellar space would use this universal channel. It's like a cosmic meeting point, a frequency that any species with radio technology would recognize. Even Carl Sagan believed it was the most likely band for interstellar messages. That the WOW signal appeared exactly here made it more than a curiosity, it felt intentional. The strength of the signal was off the charts. On the printout, each character represented a level of intensity. U was the highest, 30 times stronger than the average background noise. That single letter indicated a signal so powerful, it couldn't have come from a weak transmitter or a distant star's natural emissions. It had to be either extremely powerful or relatively close in cosmic terms. And yet, follow-up observations with more sensitive telescopes found nothing. No repeating signal, no source, no explanation. What happened in the days, weeks, and years after that discovery was a mix of excitement, skepticism, and relentless investigation. Astronomers scrambled to reposition other telescopes toward the same patch of sky. They waited for the Earth to rotate back into position, hoping the signal would return. But it never did. Hundreds of hours of observation over the next 4 decades by Ohio State The SETI Institute, the Very Large Array, and even amateur astronomers found nothing. The silence was deafening. Could it have been a satellite? A military transmission? A reflection from space debris? Every possible Earth-based explanation was examined, but none fit. Satellites at that frequency would have been detected by other instruments. No known aircraft or ground-based radar was transmitting in that direction at the time. And if it were human-made, why only once? Why no repetition? The signal also didn't drift in frequency, which it would have if it were moving, ruling out most near-Earth objects. One of the more controversial theories came in 2017, when a researcher suggested that the signal might have been caused by hydrogen gas released from two comets passing through the telescope's field of view. But this idea was quickly challenged. Comets do not emit narrowband signals at 1420 MHz. The Big Ear team, including Ehman himself, rejected the explanation. The timing didn't match, and the physical properties of comets make this kind of emission impossible. The theory was dismissed by most astronomers. Another possibility is that it was a one-time transmission from a distant civilization, a brief beacon sent into the galaxy, perhaps not even aimed at us. Given the vast distances of space, a signal from 800 light-years away, the estimated origin point, would have been sent long before humans had radio technology. By the time it reached Earth, the civilization that sent it might already be extinct, or they may have only transmitted once, unaware that anyone was listening. In that sense, we may have caught a cosmic whisper, a message sent into the void, never meant for us, but heard just once. The idea that we missed our chance to respond is haunting. The Big Ear Telescope was fixed. It couldn't turn to follow the signal. By the time Ehman saw the printout, days later, the source had already passed out of range. Even if we had reacted instantly, we couldn't have listened longer. And without a repeat, we can't send a reply to the same coordinates with confidence. It's like hearing a knock on the door, opening it, and finding no one there, only to wonder for the rest of your life if someone was really there. Over the years, the WOW signal has taken on a mythic status. It's been featured in documentaries, books, and even inspired real-world attempts to respond. In 2012, on the 35th anniversary, a team of scientists and artists beamed a digital message toward the signal's origin point. It included tweets from celebrities like Stephen Hawking and William Shatner. But at 1-800 light-years away, even if someone receives it, their reply would take thousands of years to reach us. The gesture was symbolic, a way of saying, "We heard you, we're here." Dr. Jerry Ehman, the man who wrote WOW on that printout, spent decades studying the data. He remained cautious, never claiming it was proof of alien science. But in interviews, he admitted, "I can't explain it. And I can't prove it was extraterrestrial, but I can't explain it any other way." He later tried to erase the WOW note, feeling it had become too sensational, but the name stuck, and so did the mystery. Today, the original printout is preserved in an archive, treated like a historical artifact. It's not just data, it's a moment frozen in time. A moment when humanity may have brushed against another intelligence. The signal has never been duplicated. No other narrowband signal of that strength, duration, and frequency has ever been recorded from deep space. In the world of SETI, it stands alone. Could it have been a secret military experiment? A Soviet probe? A lost NASA mission? All have been ruled out. No country has ever claimed responsibility. No classified program has been leaked that matches the signal's characteristics. If it were man-made, it would have repeated. It would have been detected elsewhere. The silence is the strongest evidence that it wasn't from Earth. Some scientists suggest it might have been a natural phenomenon we don't yet understand, a rare astrophysical event, like a neutron star flare or a black hole interaction. But no known object emits such a narrow, powerful, and brief signal at the hydrogen line. The laws of physics as we know them don't allow for it. That doesn't mean it's impossible, only that we don't have the answer yet. The wow signal reminds us of how little we truly know about the universe. We've mapped galaxies, measured dark matter, and landed on Mars. Yet we still can't explain a 72-second burst from deep space. It humbles us, it fuels our curiosity, and it keeps the dream of cosmic connection alive. In the decades since 1977, technology has advanced dramatically. Modern telescopes like the Allen Telescope Array and the Square Kilometre Array can scan thousands of frequencies at once with far greater sensitivity. Yet, none have detected anything like the wow signal. If anything, its uniqueness makes it more compelling. One day, we may hear it again, or we may detect a similar signal from another direction. When that happens, we'll be ready. We'll respond, we'll listen longer, we won't miss it. But until then, the wow signal remains a solitary whisper in the dark, a question written in radio waves, still waiting for an answer. Next on Hidden Case Log, the Green Children of Woolpit, two children with green skin who emerged from a cave in 12th century England, speaking a language no one could understand. Were they lost? Were they from another world? Or was their story a medieval allegory hiding a deeper truth? Find out in the next episode. Subscribe to Hidden Case Log, where mysteries never stay buried.